If you guys want to see a craft room makeover and you want to see how I organize all of my crafting stuff, then this one's for you. Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. My name's Liz. For today's video, I'm going to do a whole craft room makeover. Right now, it's just a disaster, but I'm going to clean all of this out. It's a mess. And it feels very, very cluttered. I have shelves pretty much on every single wall. I have something on every single wall. And it's driving me crazy. It's driving me crazy to be in here. So I purchased something that I'm super excited for. I have saved my pennies. I have worked so hard to be able to save up my money to grab one of these. And I can't wait. I can't wait to put it together, put it in here, get my crafting organization skills stuff on. I'm excited. Can you tell? I'm ready for this. So let's clean out my craft room. Let's build my DreamBox and let's get into it. So I started by removing all of the furniture and supplies from my craft room so I could get it all empty, enough to start building my DreamBox. I did reach out to Create Room for this video and they did give me a limited time coupon code for all of my subscribers, so you can get $200 off your DreamBox with code MOREDND DreamBox. I'll have that on the screen and in the description box below. But I also wanted to throw in my own little giveaway into the mix. Send me your DreamBox order and I'll send you a wood craft kit from my monthly subscription box. All the details will be in my description box down below. So with the help of my husband and my kids, they seem to want to help with everything whenever I'm doing anything. So you'll probably see them multiple times today, but they helped me empty out the entire room. So I just had this dropped off and I'm super excited. I am so excited to put this together. This is the Create Room box. And I have been saving up for this from the very first time that I ever saw it. I mean, it's been years since the first time I ever saw it. I have worked super hard to save the money to purchase this, and I'm so excited for it. So let's start putting it together. So I chose to have my DreamBox come unassembled because I was confident in myself and my husband's abilities to put this together ourselves. But if you want to save some time and you're not super handy when it comes to building things, there's also a pre-built option. So my DreamBox came on a big old truck on a pallet. They took it off the truck, wheeled it into my garage, and left it there for us so that if I didn't get all of this done in one day, I could close my garage and, you know, not worry about things going missing. So I had the help of my husband because some of these boxes are pretty heavy. You want to make sure that you have another person helping you lift these so that you're not doing it by yourself and potentially hurting yourself. So make sure you have a building buddy. We started bringing in each box piece by piece, and I've got to say that the building material box with all the screws and everything else, that was organized so well. Everything had a label on it. Everything was just in its own little baggie. It made building this so much easier. So I just had to mention that. I've never seen one of these boxes with all the screws and everything so well packaged. Normally it's all just kind of thrown in there and you have to figure out what is what. This was all labeled and super nice. The room that I put this in has a wall that's about 10 feet long, and the DreamBox fully expanded is 9 feet, so I had just enough room to have this in my craft room. Okay, we're slowly getting there. Got that one done. We got that one done. We're working on the bottom. He looks so thrilled. He's so happy to be doing this.
This is my favorite thing.
He loves it. So we started by just bringing in one box at a time. We would assemble it, bring in another box, assemble that, bring in another one, and we just did this over and over until we had everything fully completed. We did do this over the course of a couple of days because, you know, we have 3 children and we have other jobs and everything else, so I couldn't just do all this in one day. So this did take us, I want to say from start to finish, maybe 4 or 5 days, taking everything out, building everything, and reorganizing everything. Okay, day 2. I'm starting to put these big guys together. let's get started. It's about 10 o'clock. Let's see what time it is when I finish. I also wanted to mention Create Room's Journey Workbook. Whether you have a DreamBox or not, I personally think it's really fun to go through this. I'll leave it linked down below so that you can check it out, but it takes you through figuring out your core creative intentions, identifying your creative barriers. Like mine, super cluttered, and time is a big barrier for me as well. And it also helps you create goals. It breaks things down step by step. It just makes creating goals super easy. And then it also helps you get organized. I personally found it to be super motivating, and it broke down all the steps that I needed for a more fulfilling craft session. Like I said, I'll have a link to the free workbook down below. You can print it out and just fill everything out. One way that I implement what they taught was removing all the items I had in my craft room that made me feel super cluttered. Since I craft for my job, I have way more supplies than I probably need, or that's typical. So I only kept what I could fit in my box and a couple of my other storage pieces in my craft room. I brought everything else into my basement. I set up kind of like a little store down there. So all the little cube store pieces that I had, I organized them all with my other supplies. So then when I run out of something that is in my craft room, I can go downstairs and replenish it. Like I said, kind of like a little store. So everything in my craft room is just so more clean and organized, and I don't have just a billion of the same thing all in my room. I can keep a couple in my DreamBox. When I run out, I can go downstairs and replenish it. So this way it makes it so it's not all in one place, making my craft room way overcrowded and unbearable to be in. So if you're anything like me, I organize and then organize again and organize again, change things up, organize again. That's probably why this took me as long as it did, because I'm not somebody that can just throw everything in one place and be good with it. I'll put it in there, I'll take it out, I'll reorganize it. I resituated the drawers in the DreamBox probably about 1,000 times until I got it the way that I liked it. So I just kind of organize, and I built the DreamBox as I went as far as where all the drawers and everything went. I just kind of slowly started putting the drawers in, figuring out what the best combination would be, and went from there. But I really enjoyed organizing all of my things again, seeing things I hadn't seen in a while, and having everything nice and out in the open. If you wanted, you could create those little covers for all of your drawers to make everything look super pretty and nice and neat. I personally like to see everything that I have. I'm a very visual person, so if I don't see it, then I forget that I have it. I like being able to see everything in the drawers, know where everything is, but that's just my personal preference. You could cutesy this up as much as you possibly wanted. There's so many things that you could do with this, and I'm so excited. I cannot wait to start crafting in my new craft room. I think that I'm going to leave my DreamBox open for the most part with the table down, and then when I use my Cricut, I'll pull the table up, but this way I can see all of my crafting supplies, and if I need something, it's right there and I can grab it. Overall, I am so incredibly happy with purchasing the DreamBox. I cannot wait to start crafting in here. I immediately come in my craft room and just feel so inspired and so relaxed, and I can't wait to create. All right, here it is, all finished. Oh, I'm so excited. So I'm just gonna start over here, and I'm just gonna show you everything that I got in it, kind of how I stored everything. Over here, I have some jars and this cute little thing that I got from Hobby Lobby that I want to decorate with, and I'm keeping it out because I want to decorate with it. I have some Waverly chalk paints, just their smaller versions, and some stains. And then a shelf. I still have room for another shelf, and not everything is completely full, which is good, because then I still have room for other things, which is perfect. So down here, I have some empty bottles that I like putting paint into, squeezy bottles that just make it easy. This book that I like using the pages for crafts, and then I have some glass items. Down here in all of these containers, these are all wooden letters from various places, but they are all right there. Up here I have all my Chocator pastes and squeegees and single paste packets along with some wax. So that's kind of my dedicated Chocator section along with this bin. It also has Chocator items inside there. This one I have a whole bunch of colored paper, whether I'm doing some Cricut projects or whatever else I might be needing paper for. This is just full of felt, all sorts of different kinds of felt I have in here. This one holds the majority of my 2-ounce bottles of paint, and I made sure to have it placed where this permanent shelf is because this is quite heavy. I didn't want it just on these pieces. I wanted it to be a little bit more sturdy, so that's why I put them in there. But it holds almost all of them, which is great. And I tried to color coordinate as best as I could to try to get them all, you know, all the blues together and all the pinks together. I tried, did my best, but I can take that out, put it on the table, and see which paint that I need. I had them in my Alex drawers, and you can't get to the back in your Alex drawers. So I think that's perfect. In this drawer, I have kind of more toolish type things. I have spackle, and I have molding pastes and tools and caulk and all sorts of different stuff in there. This one, I have kind of my, you know, twines and baker's twine and a suede twine and, you know, things like that of that nature are in there. This one holds my ropes. This one holds my faux leathers. This one, I just have a couple crates in there, still have some room for some more things. This one, some of these houses from Dollar Tree and these little wood pieces. This one just has some blank signs and just kind of some miscellaneous, you know, cratey type situations. This one has galvanized pieces, so any kind of metal goes in that one. This one has my smaller paper packs, and this one has my bigger paper packs. All these ones are just the ones from my website that are my personal ones that I use for my crafting projects, but these are all from my website. Into this little section, I just have some little mirrors that came from Dollar Tree, so kind of glass items I put up there. This one has some toolish type items, sawtooth hangers and clips, those kinds of things. And all the bins like these and like those all came with dividers, which I think is awesome. So I put the dividers in there. So I have those in there. This one I have a whole bunch of white pom-poms. What I'm going to do with those, I don't know. I've had them in my stash forever, but they fit perfectly in there. This one, I have a whole bunch of sponge brushes. This one right here, I have all of my puffy paints. Again, I love that I can just take it out and look at it, see what color I want, and then put it away. I love it. This one, I have my paints. These are thicker paints that I want to use for some projects. I have a whole bunch of them, but I think that they're a medium. They're not a heavy paint. I believe that they're a medium paint. But anyways, those paints I have in there. This one, I have all the tools for using those paints. Just right in there. This one has some wire and some hooks back there. This one is paper flowers. I've just stuck what I've got in there. And then I've just stuck these in here for the meantime. They're just like a pad that you can put on things to protect furniture or walls. I just have them in there for now, but I do have a couple empty spots. And then for this middle section, in there I have my bigger Waverly chalk paints. In this one, I have the rest of my 2-ounce bottles of paint as they go tumbling over. This one is these little bottles that I've filled with Dixie Belle paints or Waverly paints that are in those bottles. I like squeezy bottles better. That's just my preference. So I filled those up. I did get the paper organizer that Crate Room sells. So I have a whole bunch of scrapbook paper packs, These are all single sheets of paper, whether it's from my website or Hobby Lobby or Michael's or wherever I got it. I just have all the single sheets up there. Up here, I have all of my faux fur that I like to use for gnomes. It's mostly what I use those for, so I put those up there. This is just fabrics, and I think all of these came from Dollar Tree, so I just have all of my fabric rolls in there. This has some string and yarn, all sorts of that stuff in there. This one has rocks. So I have those right there, and I made sure to put those on the bottom with the shelf as well so that it wasn't sitting on these shelf inserts. This is more of a permanent piece, so it's not going to, ruin these pieces because it's so heavy. I also picked up this little organizer from Create Room. So I have the majority of my pens and my paint pens in here and all nice and organized. These are all of my Cricut pens. I've got some chalk markers and then some paint pens all in here. So I had some extra room and I didn't want to just fill it up with stuff that I didn't necessarily need in here. So I decided to make this kind of like my little decoration spot to make it, feel nice and pretty. So I decided that this little cubby was going to be my monthly craft club display. So if you want a little sneak peek, here is July's craft club, which I think is super fun. In these top two bins, I have some solowood flowers. I just dumped a whole bunch in there. This isn't everything that I have. I'm going to store the rest downstairs in the basement, but I just have a little shelf right here for them, and I can kind of, browse through what I want. If I need other ones, I can go down to the basement. Now for this section, over here, I have some burlap ribbons. A lot of these, I think all of these came from Dollar Tree. I have some extra ribbons that I have multiples of, obviously. Can never have too much of that lace ribbon from Dollar Tree. This one, I have a whole bunch of kind of more toolish things. I have hooks. I have extra blades, wall hangers, all sorts of different things in there. This one is more of that, just kind of the tooly type stuff. I also have some decorative push pins that I think are fun. So I put those in there. This one has just kind of a random assortment of tags. A lot of these are from Dollar Tree, but all sorts of different kind of tags. They're chalkboard things. I put all in there. This one has my decorative beads, and I just have them all in a big bag. This one I'm going to dedicate to larger wood words. So right now I just have 2 welcome words, but anytime I get words like that, I'm going to stick them in there. This next one, again, just kind of a random assortment of word cutouts and other kind of wood shapes. Like I have a bike that came from Hobby Lobby. These came from Hobby Lobby. So just kind of those words I'm going to stick in there. In this one, I have some more kind of taggish type stuff along with some wood cutouts. So I have some flowers, a cow and a pig, a windmill, some wooden spoons. So just kind of a random assortment of some wood items. In this one, I have some large finials. Have those in there. I know, super random, but there you go. In here, I have some tumbling tower pieces from the Dollar Tree. These were ones that were all unpackaged, so I just stuck those in there. These are full of popsicle sticks, and then these ones have my large popsicle sticks. Now from the bottom, I have got some wood pieces. This is just a huge scrap bag full of wooden scraps. And then I've got some tumbling tower packages. In here, I've got dowels and wood plank squares, wood plank rectangles. I have paint stir sticks. Those all go in that one. In this one, I have a bunch of wood pieces, circles, squares, rectangles. I have the cubes from Dollar Tree. So those all go in there. This one is more chalkboard-ish type stuff, and then I couldn't fit that anywhere else. So I have a tag in there. But this is all kind of the chalkboard items that you can get from Dollar Tree. This one, kind of more wood stuff. I have the wood palette pieces, some arrows, this wood piece that came from Dollar Tree, and then a bunch of these cutting boards that came from Hobby Lobby. This one is some more just kind of random assortment of things. Mostly came from Dollar Tree, but I just have some signs and some other little things that I'd like to DIY with. This has more wood words, wood cutouts, those kind of pieces, letters, numbers. This next one has some more wood cutouts, lots of hearts, lots of circles, lots of tags. I've just put those all in there. This one, more assortment of wood items, candlesticks, other random wood pieces that I've gotten online or from the Dollar Tree. So again, just more wood. Obviously, I like my wood pieces. This one is all beads. So mostly all of this is wood beads. I've got a whole bunch of these stringed beads that came from the Dollar Tree. Those are all in there. This next one, I have all of my 8-ounce paint bottles from Waverly, and it fits all of them, plus other ones that I have from other brands, but I just put them all in here. Again, I put them on the more sturdy shelf that is screwed into the entire thing because it's so heavy, so it doesn't sit on those being as heavy as it is. This next one is more of my wreath stuff. So wreath forms, embroidery hoops, just anything wreath related I put in there. These next three all have like, you know, you got your Spanish moss and your wood stems and pine cones, more wood stems in here, some foam, raffia, garland, that kind of stuff is all in here. This one is berry garlands and some cotton stems, some moss stones. So that kind of thing is going in there. For this one, I put in some wood rounds. These came from Hobby Lobby. So any kind of bigger wooden rounds I put in there. So this section from here all the way down to right there is my ribbons. Now I wish I could say this is all my ribbon, but it's not. I'll show you where I stored the rest of it, but these are just some ribbons that I could fit as much as I possibly could in this section right here. And then I decided to leave a little gap so that I could hang pieces right here that I wanted to use. So this being here will remind me that I want to use it. So I put that right there. And then for all of these containers that came with the DreamBox, I have put in various pieces. So these two both have my Scrabble tiles in them. This has my sewing clips, some little round wooden pieces that were actually scrap pieces from laser projects. I also have these wooden rounds. The bigger ones came off of Amazon, and these smaller ones came from the Dollar Tree. I have these honey dippers that I also got from Amazon, and then I have a whole bunch of these finials and other pieces that you can get from Hobby Lobby. I've just put them all in there. I've got some little bees and ladybugs. And this one, these were those square beads that came on a string from Dollar Tree. These ones came off their string, so I decided to just put them in there. And then I've got these bigger wooden ball pieces that also came from Hobby Lobby. I believe that these are finials as well. And then I've got some more finials in this one. Can never have too many. So I have all of those. And then lastly, let's go over to my little Cricut station. So up here I have my Cricut Maker 3. I have that there, and then my Cricut Joy. These ones I use the majority of the time, so I have them out and ready to go. And then I also have a little container with all of my tools. All right, so this is underneath the desk. I have a whole bunch of Cricut supplies under here. Everything under here is Cricut or vinyl. So in this one, I have a whole bunch of Cricut items. These are all my Cricut Joy Smart vinyls. These are all the tools, so, you know, different kinds of blades and infusible ink pens and coasters, things like that I put in there. These are all vinyls, some more vinyl and transfer tapes. And then down here I have my Explore Air 3, my mini Easy Press, and then my actual easy press is back there. And then I just put all the plugs for everything just in that container right there. Okay, that's everything for my DreamBox. That's everything that I've stored in it. I'm going to show you the rest of my craft room. This section is my filming setup. I decided to have an extra desk in here with my filming setup so that if I wanted to pick this up and put it away and close it up, I could without having to move all of that. So this is just kind of like my dedicated filming spot. I've also got all of my Cricut mats and all of my Chacator transfers all right there. Oh, I forgot to show you one other thing that I did with my box is I put some command hooks and hung some of my things. So these are all like the Dollar Tree big stickers. And then these are a whole bunch of stencils that I got for Michael's. I just put them on the back of the door and it works perfectly. It shuts great. I don't have any issues and they are all nice and organized right there. So this little spot right here, this is all of my tools that I'm going to be using pretty much every single time I craft. I've got my hot glue gun, my heat gun, rulers, cloth, you know, all sorts of stuff, glue, twine, paper towels, everything that I'm going to need to craft, I've put right here, right next to me. In this top drawer, we have got more glue, hot glue sticks, super glue, silicone finger protectors, all sorts of stuff, just kind of like the tooly type stuff that you use when you're crafting. Same with this. I've got sandpaper and wood filler and my little desk vacuum, and we got some floral wire. Those are all back there. In this one, we have got some more tools. I have this little container with my miter shears, my crocodile, a staple gun. I have all of that right in this box. This one is empty, woohoo, for more things. And then this one down here holds these wooden planks that I have hoarded from the Dollar Tree. Obviously, I can't have too many. And then these wooden houses that also came from the Dollar Tree. Now I've kept this in here because this holds more of my bigger items and I wanted something out where I could see it, that I can look through it and have it all there. If I don't see it, I forget about it. So now coming over to my closet, this is Juju. Say hello, Juju. She has to follow me wherever I go. Seriously. She does not leave me alone. I have two Alex drawers stacked on top of each other. And I have this piece right here that holds lots of stickers, lots of Dollar Tree calendars, scrapbook paper, all sorts of stuff that is in there. I've got my spray paints and sand and some more rocks. I don't think this is where I'm going to keep them, but that's where I have them for now. So starting with the top drawer, going down, I have some more wood pieces. These are kind of bigger wooden items, stuff from Dollar Tree. Pieces that I've cut with my miter saw, bigger wooden stir sticks, and just some larger wooden pieces I've put in there. This one has a whole bunch of Dollar Tree stuff, Dollar Tree signs, things like that, all are in there. Same with this drawer. Dollar Tree signs go in there. This one, I have some Chacator and Dixie Bells things. So I've got their rub-on transfers, and then underneath it, I have their adhesive stencils under there. And then this is all just Chacator items like the house frame, jar cutouts, those birds, all sorts of just Chacator items I have in there. This one, I have more of my ribbons. So these ribbons would not fit in there. So I have them in here, as well as some bigger things like this burlap and some more burlap ribbon back there. So I've got another space for some ribbons. This drawer has all of my Dixie Belle paints in here. That's where I keep all of those. This drawer, I have some bigger words and galvanized words. Again, I have some extra space for some things that I may find. I have them and I can put them right there. Now from here down is more Cricut items. This is all HTV, my pads, my HTV scraps, and longer pieces of HTV vinyl. I've put all in there. And then this next one, I have just kind of a random assortment of things. Some printable sticker paper, some just regular paper, and some craft board. I also have this wood veneer. This is all just Cricut items that I've put in there. And this one, I have all of my permanent smart vinyl. This one, I have my smart iron on and my removable vinyl. And then this last one, I have some removable vinyl and some infusible ink. And then this roll that wouldn't fit anywhere else. So up here, I have put more vinyl stuff. These are like 12 by 12 sheets of vinyl. And then I have more vinyl scraps in all of those. These are my camera supplies. These are more Arteza markers that are all nice and just packaged in there, and I can just grab them when I need them. And then I have some random other crafting things, wood slices, things like that. We built this guy today, which holds my flowers. This isn't all of them, but these are the ones that I feel like I would reach for more often, that I want to use. Maybe they're new ones that I've got, or maybe they are seasonal ones. And this spins. So I obviously need to take off all the tags, but I have a whole bunch of fall things in this one because I'm getting ready for fall DIYing. So as I get fall stuff, fall florals, I'm going to put them in these bins. These are kind of my everyday florals, and then this is all of my greenery. So that is super fun. If you want to see how I made this, let me know and I will put it in my next video. And then above here, I have more ribbon. This is ribbon that wouldn't fit in the drawers and wouldn't fit in here. They were too tall to fit in those drawers, so I put them in there. I have this 12 by 12 folder that has some extra crafting, like rub-on transfers, things like that. That right there has some more just kind of like wood blanks, canvases, things of that nature. And the top has a whole bunch of stickers in it. And that's about it. That is my new craft room tour. I am so excited. I think this is going to be so much fun. It relieves so much anxiety. Everything has a place. Nothing is too cluttered or crazy. If I don't want to look at it, I can close it up and I don't have to see it, and it can be even more clean. And I'm just excited. So excited for this setup. Now all that's left is to take everything that I removed from here and put it in the basement. But that's it. Here is my new craft room. And that's it for today's video. I hope that you guys enjoyed this. I'm in heaven. I am in crafting heaven. I feel so much more relaxed. I feel so much more creative, like I can just sit down and do all the projects all at once. I'm feeling fantastic. I'll leave the DreamBox link in my description box below, along with the promo code, so that you can get some money off of your DreamBox. And all the information that you guys will need will be linked down below. Don't forget to subscribe before you guys leave. Give this video a big thumbs up if you enjoyed it, and I will see you in my next one. Bye.